What made the weird kid at your school weird? He would have full conversations, arguments, and sometimes physical altercations with a brick column in the middle of the cafeteria. They thought they were an immortal vampire and walked around talking and acting the part. He shit himself regularly, deliberately. He was on a hair trigger, would snap and threaten people, suspended multiple times. 2 memorable incidents were when we freaked out at an art teacher, went to his locker and came back with a bullwhip. He made that thing snap and sent everyone running. She barricaded herself in the supply room. Another time someone made the mistake of teasing him about something and everyone laughed. And he pulled a knife and screamed, "Who wants to be the first to die?" He was expelled and I'm not sure what became of him. I had a locker above his and he always yelled something stupid. The most common phrase was, "I got balls in my face." He also somehow brought koala poop to the school. Edit. There was a possibility that it really wasn't koala poop, but it was small brown pellets in a small bag with a koala on it. He truly thought he was a dirt bike. He would run through the halls jumping off of lockers and make the shifting gears noises with his mouth. Absolute mad lad. She was afraid of cows and if you said moo or mentioned cows she'd freak out and attack you. I'll give it to her though, she'd even try to attack guys 3 times her size that were athletes. He walked around like Master Chief, even teabagged the ground randomly, all while holding an invisible assault rifle. His go-to excuse for not having homework finished was that he was traveling, even though he was at every class. And he never paid attention to anything but his fidget spinner unless he was talking. The way he spoke, he knew everything there was about creative writing. Yet his submissions consisted of plots ripped off directly from anime. This was in a college class. He shit at school. Weird enough. But would have the cubicle door open. He would then wipe his butt, then hold the tissue up to his face and smell it. I'd like to just add, this all happened within 30 odd seconds or so. Me and a mate were going to the toilets to smoke before next lesson. The cubicles were around the corner from the urinals. When we turned the corner, lad who shall not be named, who might I add had no known learning disabilities or mental issues, wiped his bottom then sniffed the toilet paper that he'd just used to wipe his bumhole. True story. I don't condone being a pervert. However, yes, I may be weird but in no way went into the toilets to see a pee-pee or some guy sniff his poo-poo. He wrote his crush's name on the wall in the bathroom with his own shit. They caught him brown-handed. Also would freak out if someone said werewolf. There was a kid at my high school who never talked. It wasn't that he couldn't speak, or that he only spoke to his close friends. He just wouldn't speak to anyone. Teachers didn't call on him because they knew he didn't talk. When a substitute would come in and try to call on him, there was always some kid who would have to explain, "Ricky doesn't talk." If you asked him a question he would just look at you. It was weird and some people would take offense to his silence. But eventually everyone realized that was just his thing and rolled with it. The only time he spoke was when we had to present individually in class. On those days people would get really excited if they had a class with him because hearing him talk was like seeing a unicorn. His dad started a house fire, insurance scam, and died in the fire. This was around 6th grade. That messed him up a bit. The kid would tap his feet and hands uncontrollably and he talked about shooting people. She carried a stuffed rabbit everywhere, only wore leggings, and constantly propositioned people to have a threesome with her and her boyfriend. Edit. She wore leggings as pants, and this was before that became a trend. He was always running around in the shape of a 8. If you just said hello to him he started screeching and attacked you with his lunchbox, and once he ate a Kit Kat with a plastic. He brought a used condom he found into school. Kid looked exactly like T-Bag from Prison Break. Instantly was treated as if he had the same personality and so was seen as weird. Gosh, where do I begin? He was weird but more creepy. He wore a kilt to school, rumors say with no underwear, on multiple occasions. He talked about how attractive his sister was to the point where a lot of us wondered why he moved to Minnesota from, no shit, Alabama in the middle of the school year without his sister or dad. He brought his mom's dildos and vibrators to school to try and sell them. He ended up getting expelled for that. But a lot of people say it was because of the amount of girls who came forward and said he was following them home. Edit. Wasn't expecting this to become my most upvoted comment. I texted my friend who had a lot of classes with him and she told me some more things about this kid. He masturbated during class while they were watching a World War II documentary. He got suspended for this. He would hide under the bleachers during assemblies and play the kazoo during the national anthem. Rumor has it he would also pinch people's butts, male or female. There is a kid at my school and he can put his laptop down, eating lunch, on his laptop, as soon as he finishes a test, on his laptop. And we were all wondering what he could put his laptop down for. So one kid asked him. He was designing Minecraft skins and watching Minecraft videos. He whistled, "Don't worry, be happy, always." We had like 3 weird kids tbh. The first one was the guy that I saw pour an entire bottle of water onto a sandwich and then eat the sloppy mess, making weirdly appreciative noises. He's the one that ended up coming to school with a gun but according to our school, handed himself into the police. And AMP X200B. The second was some kid that never showered. Apparently had a Russian girlfriend who was pregnant, but he had no evidence of this girlfriend. Had some weird obsession with making stabby things out of anything. And AMP X200B. And lastly was this girl that literally just wanted to fight everyone. Looked like a space raider. And said a shitload of racist and homophobic stuff. She ended up leaving the school after she picked a fight with the wrong person. And AMP X200B. Edit. Holy shit, I wasn't expecting this to blow up. Space raiders are a type of British crisp but you Americans call them chips. I am in fact from England, not Florida, haha. Weird, I didn't have any weird kids in school. Oh no. In 8th grade, this girl used to finger herself in class. She wasn't good at hiding it, hands under a hoodie in her lap, and we all noticed the room would start to smell bad. I had a girl hiss at me in 5th grade. Hadn't seen her in about 16 years. Recently went to a party she was attending. She asked if I remembered her and said, "Boy howdy." She hissed again. I always knew she was weird. I went to high school with the Wolf kid from the meme. On all levels except physical. I am a wolf. Next image is him barking at the water. He called himself Wolfie, so I would say that guy. She wore bat ears and a black cape and would scream her name while running down the hallway, Goku style. Her name was Elizabeth but she asked that she be called Lizard. He once asked me to be his gay slave. So I don't even know how to feel about that. I just wanted some Yu-Gi-Oh cards that I wasn't even going to use. He hugged everyone. This kid literally acted like a robot, and everyone hyped him up for being that weird. It was so cringe. He would solve these average math problems in a basic math class and everyone thought he was a genius because he was taking all AP classes. He would literally sit in class and bite his thumb when he was confused and yell out when he was angry like an infant. And oh, the stench. Someone never taught him about BO. God, Robbie, if you're ever reading this, I hope you made something of yourself in college. Edit. To clarify, everyone knew how weird he was, despite hyping him up acting like him, which I never understood. He gave himself a swirly because nobody ever got one in the 3 years he was there. Edit. Forgot to mention. It was in the urinal. I personally thought he was alright, but he has the typical nerdy look. I think it was when people were stomping ants and he went into a crying rage threatening to kill the people responsible that made everyone see him weird. I changed in the bathroom instead of the locker room. Apparently that made me super ducking weird. Edit. I did this in middle school. Phased it out sometime in 9th grade. Mostly because it took too long.